When hope was bleak and citizens were in danger, he was the hero America needed. Dr. Todd Wallin used to live a mild-mannered life as a pediatrician until he was the victim of a freak Facebook accident in 2017. Bitten by the venom of disinformation, he became Vaxman.
Yeah, it was miserable. Here we are trying to protect kids from cancer, and you're just getting attacked with straight out and out lies.
We made a 90-second public service announcement video that featured all the providers in our practice.
That's Vaxman's trusty sidekick, Chad.
I, as the communication director here, was basically single-handedly responsible for fighting off the attack. For 8 straight days, around the clock, we were attacked by the anti-vaxxers on our Facebook page, our Yelp reviews, our Google reviews. They were calling the office. They were attacking the Facebook pages of our parents and our families who were defending us.
We were angry, and honestly, at that point, it was like, gloves off. We're not taking this crap.
They picked on the wrong group. We decided to fight back.
With their archenemy in sight, Vaxman takes aim with his weapon of mass deduction. Because the villain in this episode isn't disease, it's disinformation. And it requires Vaxman to flex his superpowers of science and facts.
We realized, because this was a brand new phenomenon, there was no strategy for how to fight these things off. So we put together a roughly 80-page how-to toolkit. It's an anti-vax toolkit.
And they formed the nonprofit, Shots Heard Round the World, which mobilized nearly 1,000 doctors globally to respond to disinformation online. They don't debate the attackers, they saturate pages with factual posts to overwhelm them.
We learned anti-vaccine bullies, like all bullies, lose interest in punching people when they start getting punched back.
There's lots of disinformation to combat. Some we know spread by America's adversaries, like the Russian government. You can get COVID from a COVID vaccine.
Not true.
COVID vaccines skipped important trials.
Complete mistruths.
Vaccines cause autism.
18 studies, not one has shown that.
Bill Gates is microchipping us via vaccine.
Test bill. Complete and utter nonsense.
Vaccines contain unsafe toxins.
No data to support it.
And your body can fight off infection better without vaccines.
That is complete rubbish.
The truth level is 0 for all of them. Let's start right there. The truth level is 0.
But doctors haven't been as effective communicating that online as the anti-vaxxers who seek to discredit them.
They are vocal, they are passionate, they are well organized. They punch and scream and act way beyond their weight.
But losing was not an option, for he said, "I'm Vaxman."
We're not going to put up with the disinformation. It puts our kids at risk, it puts our families and our communities at risk. And there's so many more of us than there are of them.
These heroes aren't just fighting for truth from their home office in Pittsburgh. They're pushing out facts via podcasts, TikTok.
Pandemics crossed our 7 seas, but we can stop this damn disease.
And a lot of Facebook.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Evidence-Based Studios, Kids Plus Pediatrics, I am your co-host. We have this amazing longitudinal trusted relationship. If you can scale up talking to hundreds or thousands of people and get good information to them, when they hear the bullcrap, they are less likely to believe it.
You are essentially inoculating them against that bad stuff.
Nurses and doctors consistently rank atop Gallup surveys of America's most honest and ethical professions. Wallin says that's untapped potential.
It's time for us to mobilize and get online and to engage our families because we want people to easily access us. One of the #1 searches out there are healthcare searches. And what does that lead you to? It leads you to these accepting arms of people that are anti-science or anti-vaccine.
They also have to fight the effects of social media algorithms.
If I am a young woman of childbearing age, I am pretty likely to see stuff in my feed that the COVID vaccine causes infertility. If I am a rural 60-year-old white guy, I am probably going to see stuff about the Bill Gates microchip and government control. It's micro-targeted paranoia. It is equal parts maddening and depressing.
Right now, Vaxman and his science-minded sidekicks have their hands full, getting as many COVID vaccines as possible out to the good citizens of America. But at some point, supply will catch up with demand, and their battle with that old foe, disinformation, will be more important than ever. Because the incredible effectiveness of multiple vaccines isn't moving the needle very much on its own. A new NBCLX Morning Consult poll reveals just 63% of US adults plan to get inoculated, essentially the exact same number from 1 year ago when we first polled on a potential coronavirus vaccine, despite the stunning success of more than 125 million shots into American arms. And while our newest poll indicates a large drop in the willingness of Republicans to get vaccinated, our most surprising finding was a drop in willingness from young adults, who tend to be more liberal. Amid the most serious pandemic restrictions last March, just 22% of Generation Z adults told us they wouldn't or didn't know if they would get a coronavirus vaccine. This spring, as the country reopens, the number's more than doubled to 45%. But there were bright spots in our poll too, with 2/3 of America saying the benefit of a COVID vaccine would outweigh the potential side effects, an increase of 12 points from 1 year ago.
If you see what a vaccine can do in the midst of a global pandemic, and if it pulls us out of this and puts us back to normal, it has to, right? It has to change people's minds.
But our heroes can't let their guard down. The disinformation networks are expansive, so they take heart in the progress they make each day, starting in their exam rooms.
They've come in feeling uncertain or sometimes resistant, and after having a trusted discussion, saying, you know what, we're okay to go ahead and get it, and that really does feel special to me.
They encourage you to engage in more tough conversations with doctors and fewer with strangers online.
When confidence in evidence-based medicine and the providers of medicine erode, people die. Vet everything through providers with whom you have a relationship and who you trust. They are there to help you. People on social media are not.
Vaxman and his army of alleviators learned science is a mighty power, but not everyone knows right from wrong. And with a resilient villain destined to linger for more than just one season, America needs these heroes more than ever.
Hey everyone, Noah Pransky here. Thanks for checking out the NBCLX YouTube channel. For more videos, click here. And don't forget to click subscribe to join the NBCLX community.